Hello, beautiful, beloved Earthkin. My name is Alicia Sunflower, and this is a tarot oracle spread for the month of August 2019. I'm really excited to be sharing this spread with you. I haven't done this before in this format. I love to do kind of really in-depth diverse spreads where I pull from multiple kinds of decks, but this is the first time that I've been sharing it in a video. So I'm excited to do this. Came in pretty strong from spirit for me to put this out there, so I hope that you find this reading helpful and that it serves you well on your journey. So today I'm using 4 different decks. I'm using the Earth Warriors Oracle and the Light Workers Oracle by Elena Fairchild, as well as the Vision Quest Tarot and the Medicine Woman Tarot. And I'll leave some links in the description for more information on those decks. Really beautiful decks, and I'm really excited to share them with you. So as you can see here, this is our spread. And what we have going on in the spread really begins in the center, as we're looking at the 2 Earth Warrior Oracle cards. Now, these 2 cards really make up the core of this spread. This is like the heart of this spread, and so as our heart center is our really important central divine portal to Great Spirit and to our highest good, we start with the heart. So these 2 cards, it's really interesting how they came out, and we have these 2 images that are like essentially facing each other, really pulling us even more deeply into the heart. We have the medicine horse and Dariri, and additionally, number 4121. I'm always about paying attention to the numbers, so there's an extra kind of synthesis happening between these cards. And for these 2 cards, the message is really about coming back to the self, coming back to honoring our own intuition. Medicine horse is about honoring our inner knowing and our intuition, our instinct. It's an affirmation and confirmation that we are making progress on the path, that this is already unfolding, and that we are going to continue to make progress on our path. This is a card about freedom and the journey, as well as this progress in that and towards that freedom. Success really comes when we honor the inner guide. Much like the horse medicine, there is this real keenness to our senses. And sometimes as people who are really sensitive, indigo, star children, empaths, we have been shamed for our sensitivity. We've been overwhelmed by our sensitivity. This is an affirmation that now is the time to tune into your sensitivity, into your inner knowing, into your instincts, that this is the path to success. And we can look to horse medicine for an example of how to really navigate this, because horse medicine, horses are highly sensitive creatures, but they know how to use that to their advantage to stay safe, to be able to be in their full power, and they're very powerful creatures, as well as very sensitive. So a really nice synthesis there to learn to embody for ourselves in horse medicine. This is also a card that indicates that this is going to be a month with a lot of healing. If we've ever experienced any kind of abuse or trauma, we're going to be experiencing some deep healing around that in this month, in this new cycle, whether that be healing of mind, body, spirit, all of it all together. Abuse that we've done to ourselves, abuse that others have done to us, recent, distant in the past, maybe even past life healing here. There's going to be some profound healing, and part of that is really through listening to our inner knowing and our inner intuition, really having that sensitivity of all of our ways of knowing, both of the physical body and of our psychic senses, turned on, and we're tuning into those, as well as the importance of authentic connection. i.e. community. Horses live in herds. These are not solitary animals. Wild horses run together in these herds, and there's all of this different kind of communication and laughter and play and love happening between the horses as they journey together. And so part of this deeper healing is coming from being in community, being in our herd. There's a deep call for us to really connect. I know in my own circles that this has been something that's been growing and heightening for us over the last few years. And August is kind of what I'm feeling with this, is reaching this new peak, this new pinnacle of what it really is to be in heart-centered, heart-based community, and how we work together in a herd, and how this helps us with our healing, and this helps us with our progress on our path, our success, and our growth. It's a really important message of this card to trust what comes through us, to trust that instinct, to trust that inner knowing, and that this is the way forward. This is our success. So the horse medicine faces the medicine of Dadairi, which is about hearing truth. Now, Dadairi is a Aboriginal word term for the deep spiritual practice of reflective and respectful listening. So this is about really turning inward. Again, a message about it's coming from in here. The message being that you have a perfect, beautiful, intimate connection with our Creator, with Great Spirit, and that you don't need to be looking out here for any kind of answers. Maybe you're tuning into this video, but this video is telling you to tune back into yourself, that this is where you will find it, that you have the voice of God within you that is speaking to you, and that you have the ability to hear truth if you tune in and listen. And so that really it's a time to dive even more deeply into this relationship with the divine that lives and breathes in your own heart, in your own intuition, in your own body, in your own being. This is also a call to action, that if you found your way to this reading, part of you is that you are a medicine person. A term that is often used for that is like the term of shaman, priest, priestess, healer. I prefer the word medicine person, as it is not culturally appropriative and is really one that can work for all of us. I encourage you to use the word that fits for you and your soul and your culture. But you are called to this path. You are a person who is here to walk between the worlds, to go inside, to listen to this truth of Spirit speaking to you and through you, and to share that with others, to hold space for others in whatever way is natural to you and to your gifts. That part of receiving this truth from Spirit and hearing this truth from Spirit is about entering into altered states of consciousness, what some might refer to as shamanic states of consciousness or theta wave consciousness. This is the form of consciousness, the frequency of consciousness where we can really tap into and tune into Spirit. Psychedelics help us to form this type of consciousness. So does certain kinds of rhythmic dancing and rhythmic breathing, different kinds of music that involves sonic driving with this beat that is that theta wave frequency. There are so many ways, deep meditation, being in an artistic flow state. If you are on this path and you are called to be a medicine person, you probably already know some ways that you enter into the state of consciousness. So this is an encouragement for you to continue to do that, and to also recognize this call within yourself. And also a reminder that if you have any challenges on your path right now, these are initiations. This is a part of your medicine path, your path as a healer, as a bridge between the worlds, as a bridge for new earth. That these challenges are perfect. These are initiations on your path, and that you also are being called to move more deeply into this path, that there might be some kind of training or workshop, certification, apprenticeship, that you are being drawn into to delve deeper into what it is to be a medicine person in your own unique incarnation of that. And that part of having these different kinds of initiations, you know, experiencing supreme joy and then also having despair and going through all of these extremes, is to find that inner balance, to find that neutral zone, spirit's home, the Tao, to come home to that. And so with both of these cards here, the medicine horse as well as Dadairi, this progress on the path, this hearing of truth, there is a deep reminder of your innate power as the being that you are what you need. Listen to your intuition, listen to your instincts, listen to that voice of God, of Great Spirit, of Creator, who speaks to you and through you. Recognize that being a part of community, being with others who are like you, is important and essential for you now, and that there's a lot to enjoy and celebrate here. Answer the call to continuing your path, to developing more of your skills, to walking through your initiations with courage and integrity. That everything that is happening right now for you, challenges, bliss, and joy, and struggle, and all of it is perfect. And it's all about you becoming your best and greatest self. So a big message of trust with all of this as well. So from this core of these Earth Warrior messages, we're moving upwards then into our Vision Quest tarot cards. And for that, we have 3 different cards. We have in the center there, the 9 of Fire, which is the card of inner strength, as well as the 7 in Fire, the card of endurance, and the Daughter of Earth, which would also be the Page of Pentacles in the regular tarot. So what's really exciting about these cards here is this is what's like growing out of our heart. When we come into this space of really honoring our inner truth, honoring our own unique, beautiful, perfect, intimate connection with the divine, and staying focused in our healing and our connections with community and our learning and walking this path, what will be here for us from this commitment is this blossoming of this inner strength that is truly pulling us forward. This is breakthrough. This is growth. This is courage. This is resolve. This is concentrated energy. This is the reemergence of beautiful strengths within ourselves that may seem new but are actually probably quite ancient to our own soul's lineage, and possibly also our ancestral lineages of these bodies, that are being reawakened and activated now through this commitment of these Earth Warrior Oracle cards. This inner strength is really pulling us forward and pulling these gifts out. It's time to activate these gifts and to step into them and to share them. There's going to be a lot of creativity with this. A little bit of a spoiler alert here. Creativity is a big theme of the spread, so we're going to talk more about that. Again, a message of enjoyment. Enjoy this. Also, to practice and feel patience. It's all emerging and growing as it needs to, right? We can't speed up the process of a flower growing. It grows and it blossoms and blooms on its own right time. So trust and know. Maybe you're already starting to feel this. Maybe some of these are coming. More is coming. Trust, allow, be patient, and enjoy it as it springs forth for you. And supporting this inner strength arising from us, and also kind of coming from this emergence of new layers of inner strength, is the message of endurance and of creativity. So as we continue to be in a time of deep struggles here on the earth, and it's not easy, is it, folks? There's a lot of different suffering and trauma, colonization. This culture of supremacy is everywhere, and hurting so many of us. There's a really big call for you to not identify with these issues. Acknowledge them. Continue to work on healing them in yourself. Continue to come from this place of listening to spirit for love and truth and how to proceed with positive right action in the world. But don't let these obstacles bring you down. Don't let them lower your own frequency. Send love, send truth, send support, some help, but to really honor your own place in this. Don't give up with whatever obstacles you see out there in the world or that are showing up in your own personal life. These obstacles, these challenges are the perfect opportunity for our growth. This has been a big message that's been coming in a lot for me in my world in this last couple of cycles. Challenges are an opportunity for growth. If we can be grateful for them, watch what they open up for us. Watch how it shifts things. Watch how it helps us to transcend our ego and to get even more into this neutral zone of Spirit's home. So challenging things that are happening in our life are also showing us more of our strength and helping us to build more self-confidence. So really trust that and stay faithful to your own truth. And that this is a message that you will have the endurance to do that. So also supporting this emergence of our inner strength, as well as being kind of a result of it, is this creativity, this huge surge of creativity. Here we have creativity showing up again, and it's going to show up more, guys. So what's so beautiful about this is a time of really being pregnant with yourself. Whatever kind of bodied person you are pregnant with yourself. You are gestating, and probably have been for a while now, this new emergence of you, right? And this is very much about like this inner strength arising, all of this work you're doing on listening to your intuition and your truth and having that relationship of your own with Spirit. This is bringing forth a ton of creativity for you. That you are going to be having all of these unused talents re-emerging, ready to blossom and bloom. You just need to give yourself room for these to manifest. Again, everything in its right time. Don't push the process. Don't rush the process. Trust in the process. This is an extraordinarily creative phase for you. Enjoy it. It's time to put out there what you've been thinking about. Now the energy's coming in. Yay, Leo season, that's a part of it, to help us to create, to manifest. And the cards support it. So out of this blossoming of inner strength and endurance and creativity that's coming from this heart, we also see this really beautiful manifestation that comes from the core cards as well. These messages from the Medicine Woman Tarot. One thing I really love about this tarot deck is not only its beautiful imagery, but how it likes to share its messages are in these very kind of succinct, direct messages. So related to the Medicine Horse, let's start there. These two Medicine Woman Tarot cards that come out of it, the Ten of Bowls and the Seed card, aka the Fool card. The message here is celebrate the goodness in all. Celebrate the goodness in all, right? We're here with community. I don't know about you guys, but when I get together with my heart-centered community, when we get together with each other, we're just like, oh my gosh, this is so good. You're awesome. You're awesome. I love you. I love you. You're amazing doing what you do, and you have this part, and I have this part, and we just have a great time. So continue that, enjoy that goodness, this celebration. You know, the image in this card here is this community dancing together, right? That's a big part of my community here in Seattle at Om Culture. We dance together, we love it. So this is a time to dance. This is a time to enjoy and celebrate the goodness here in our herds, our community. Lift that up. And then the seed, this is also connected to community. The message of seed is plant the seed. Begin. Trust in yourself. Go for it. You cannot see the future from here, but you can act on your inspiration. Again, the creativity that is flowing. It is time for you to really go and be planting the seeds that you are here to plant, you know. And one thing that's beautiful about this card, this woman tossing these seeds off this cliff, the seeds are like falling right on that community. We're planting seeds in our community. We're celebrating with our community. We're connecting. We're healing. We're becoming. And we're all planting seeds with each other. And we're like cross-pollinating. And there's going to be this beautiful growth. And this is a really beautiful, exciting part of this month. So make sure you go out there. Connect, celebrate, spread seeds, spread the joy, spread the healing with your community, in your community, and receive that from your community at the same time, because this is a supreme mirror. You're doing this, you're receiving it from everyone else, which is so awesome. So have a lot of fun with that. Have a lot of fun with that. And then let's look at our other core heart card, Dadairi, Hearing Truth, and the two cards of the Medicine Woman Tarot that resonate from that. And that is the Six of Stones and the Two of Arrows. Now, the message of the Six of Stones is restore balance to your accounts. And you can see here in this image that the woman is giving back to the earth. She has this kind of bounty that she's collected here with herself, and she's giving it to the earth. She's putting this in the river. She's, in reverence, bowing down. The sun is beaming behind her. This is a card about giving back to the earth. And for all of us here who are light workers, earth warriors, indigos, star seeds, we know that it is an important part of our missions to give back to the earth. So I feel that part of this, with the connection to Dadairi, the more we tune in to that voice of Great Spirit within, the more we understand about the different puzzle pieces we each have in giving back to the earth, and that there is important new step for each of us in how we can shift what this is. And there are so many different parts of the puzzle. I encourage you to, again, tune in and listen, and then take action on what is it that you need to do, what is seeking to be born through you. Again, creativity to restore balance with the earth, because all of us have been out of balance growing up in this world. Our relationship has been out of balance with the earth. So we all need healing here. We all need to take right, responsible action with integrity to restore balance to the earth. Additionally, connected to this as well, and also to hearing that truth, is the Two of Arrows. And the Two of Arrows says, aim high above the common thought. You can see that woman is like shooting that arrow. And she's also being supported in this image by a spirit, which I feel is like a star being ancestor with that star on the third eye. We see the white buffalo, we see dog, coyote, wolf spirit. I'll leave that to you to kind of feel into which one of those canines speaks to you the most. But she's being really guided. So right, like if we listen to that inner truth, we will be guided in our thoughts to aim high above this common culture that we've all grown up in, that has been so polluted with supremacy and with lies and plastic. This is a plastic culture, and plastic is killing the earth in all of its forms. So when we tune in and we listen to Great Spirit within us, when we stick to our medicine paths, we continue our training, we continue to go through our initiations, we are going to know very clearly what it is, new insights coming through on how to shift our relationship to Mother Earth. And something also that I think is really beautiful about this that I saw is this Two of Arrows. When I first placed it on the deck, I had a small moment of wanting to put it in the place of the seed card and to switch those. But then Spirit was like, no, they go like this. And so I see that like this Two of Arrows is like shooting into the seed, right? Aiming high above the common thought is a part of what we are then seeding out into the world. But it's still shooting into it. It's just shooting all the way around the spread, up through the Six of Stones and the creativity and the inner strength and the endurance and celebrating community, to then planting the seeds. So there's a really big, beautiful connection between all these cards. And let's go then to the last card, which is really this like core foundation as well of this spread, like what's supporting this entire spread, all of these places of growth and healing and new ideas coming through, and remembering, and creativity and manifestation, and community, and reconnecting with the earth and helping heal the earth. What is supporting this is the third ray of creative intelligence, and this is our card from the Lightworker Oracle deck. This card is really about practical spirituality and grounding in these inspired, creative insights and actions, grounding them into the world. This is the card that is really supporting this whole spread as well. This is the card that is helping us to see not only the creativity that's coming through, but to make it a reality. To have it grounded in a practical way. We need to be organized. We need to be practical in order to manifest. And this creative ray of intelligence is helping us to do that. This card is also supported by Archangel Chamuel, and Chamuel means he who sees God. So this is more about seeing and hearing and knowing that truth. So we're having that direct seeing and knowing of truth coming through this ray, supporting us in hearing inside and manifesting out here. That this is to help really bring peace into the world. That's Archangel Chamuel's kind of main mission and goal. And he brings the gift also of helping us to remember different energies, talents, and things that we've lost from this lifetime or not. So it's another theme that keeps coming through. Creativity is also this like reemergence and rebirthing of parts of us that we have forgotten, of our inner strength, of our creativity, of our psychic gifts, of our intuitive gifts, of ideas, like all of these things within us coming forth. And so Archangel Chamuel and the third ray of creative intelligence are supporting us in this as well. So it's time to really trust in your dreams. Maybe you're like, well, I don't know, that dream is so big, how could I do that? I'm afraid of that. If this dream is in your heart, it is for you. And part of sometimes the challenges that we perceive in these dreams are here to, again, help us to reawaken strengths within us that have been dormant. So this is a big month and a big cycle of reawakening on a lot of different levels, and it is so supported. And something else that's beautiful that I saw, this card of the inner strength really radiating down into this card of the third ray of creative intelligence, and we can even see that emanating out. This is coming from above and below, both from the stars and the Galactic Federation of Light, these benevolent star nations who are seeking to help with the awakening and ascension of New Earth, as well as from the Earth herself and like from the angelic realms. Like there's so much coming in for us now. And I want to share a little bit about the astrology that's happening this month as well, which also really is supporting what I'm seeing here in the spread. Of course, we know that Mercury went direct out of its retrograde just after the new moon. Woo, thank goodness. Lots of clarity coming in after that shift. It's still in its shadow period until August 15th, so there might still be a little lack of clarity, but when we get to the middle of the month, things will really open up and shaken in a whole new way. On 8/11, Jupiter goes stationary direct from its retrograde, and then also Uranus goes stationary in retrograde at the same time. Jupiter is also in Sagittarius right now, which is its home sign, and Jupiter is really about expansion, and for both Jupiter and Uranus there is, Jupiter's about this expansion. Uranus is kind of like the alien, the freedom fighter, shifting it up, being weird. There's this futuristic quality for both of these planets, and when things go stationary, either in retrograde or direct, there's this magnification of these energies. So this futuristic kind of quality here is being magnified with these two planets. Additionally, there is this alignment between Jupiter and Sagittarius and the Great Attractor. And the Great Attractor is this energetic, magnetic phenomenon where we see kind of everything in our cosmos is attracted to this great strange attractor, which is like moving in this infinity loop, kind of always never crossing over itself. That's in alignment with Jupiter and Sagittarius going direct on 8/11. And so there is this really exciting portal opening through where we can receive this direct source consciousness through Jupiter in Sagittarius, through the great attractor that is beaming down on all of us, which is absolutely in line with this third ray of creative intelligence coming through as well. I also heard a message recently channeled from some Pleiadians talking about the importance of being able to receive light and consciousness from the sun after August 14th, which is so interesting because that is in alignment with these shifts happening on a planetary level as well, with the planets in the sky. And that we can now receive even more new and intense, beautiful, radiant light codes from the sun. Part of that is because the magnetic shield of the earth is dropping significantly, and that with all of this happening at the same time, the Schumann frequency, which is the electromagnetic resonance frequency of the earth, is continually rising. It's about 7 to 8 times what it's like homeostasis was when we first started measuring it. Also, this magnetic North Pole is continuing to shift even more. So there are all of these changes happening, and with this magnetic shield of the earth going down and the resonance of the earth going up and an increase in solar flares, there is this huge influx of energy. Like, just any way you look at it, there is a huge amount of energy that is coming into us now. And something else that's really amazing about this spread is that it actually is this like toroidal field, this torus that is emanating this solar great attractor, great spirit source, third ray of creative intelligence energy through us. Like, as you can see here, this connection from the inner strength down through the creative ray of intelligence is like emanating out through this whole torus field of this spread here. That there's also this like infinity loop happening here, where all of these cards are interconnected, and the energy that is flowing through these cards from above and below, like this whole torus like coming forth into our reality. And we see a reflection of this third ray of creative intelligence. You know, here it is in this sunshine, here it is in this star, you know, here it is on this crown over here, this light emanating from this, the sun over here. We see the sun here, and of course here, like, you know, coming from above, radiating outward into this entire spread. That there's also this really beautiful energetic happening as a part of this energy moving through all of us in this month. And the key with all of this, right, we come back to those core heart cards of the Earth Warrior cards of horse medicine and Dada Iri. We need to come within. We need to listen and trust this voice within, this voice of God that speaks to us and through us, right? We need to go out and connect with our communities. We're having this huge opportunity for healing. All of these things are happening as well. We're having initiations on our path. We're deepening our learning. We're getting all these creative ideas. This happens from listening, from coming within. So I encourage you to spend time with your own heart. Spend time listening to your inner truth. Spend time meditating. And then also spend time with your community and enjoying and celebrating. Spend time giving back to the earth. Spend time with yourself and remembering these old new truths and gifts that are coming up and strengths that are coming up from within you. Spend time connecting with the sun, and really after August 14th, or starting on August 14th, really seeing these light streams coming through your crown chakra, channeling into your heart, channeling straight into your heart, allowing yourself to have even more activations and awakening. This is a really powerful month, y'all. I'm really excited for it. I've been feeling the buildup all of this for a while, as I'm sure you all have too, and I'm really honored that I had the opportunity to share this reading with you and share these insights. As always with all readings, you know, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. but I truly hope that this reading helps support you on your journey. If you're interested in scheduling a reading with me of your own, to have your own unique, personal, in-depth, intuitive spread, reach out to me. You can find my contact info in the description at the bottom. Yeah, let's manifest together. You can find out more about me as well on my website, aliciagleason.com. I also do different soul growth mentorship programming, as well as different healings. I have different links to music that I create, as well as my podcast, Cultural Magic. And if you happen to be in the Seattle area and you want to come to one of my moon circles, Seattle Moon Group as well, you can find all that information on my website. Also, you can find me on Instagram at the Alicia Sunflower. So thank you so much for tuning in. I'm sending you all of my love and my gratitude. Thank you for being here on this earth. Thank you for your perfect and unique and important part in the puzzle. Thank you for all the work that you've done on yourself, and the work you continue to do, and the way you step into your path with truth and integrity. I see you, and I love you. I appreciate you so much. We're in this together. And know that in truth, in all ways, in all things, we got this. Until next time, blessings.